The chairman of the parole board has rejected your application.
Oh, I should have known.
For the time being.
Well, that's it then. I may as well go back to work.
I haven't finished yet. Sit down.
Well, what more is there to say?
You owe it to yourself to hear me out. Now sit down. It has been suggested that you reapply in 3 months' time.
Why, so they can knock me back again?
If you can behave yourself for 3 months, you should have no trouble getting your parole.
Oh, I don't believe it.
The chairman has assured me there is hope. Now, your record isn't too bad. The offences are really minor ones. It's just that they keep occurring again and again. To put it bluntly, you're regarded as a troublemaker. Now, if you can behave yourself for 3 months, only 3 months, we can convince the board that you're ready for parole.
That's blackmail.
Some may call it sound strategy. We have known each other for a long time, Bea. Now listen to me. Stop fighting other people's battles. Think about yourself for a change. You shouldn't be in here. You should be outside starting a new life for yourself. I think you're capable of doing it, don't you?
Well, tell that to the parole board.
Well, the way things stand at the moment, I haven't any argument. But give me some ammunition, and I won't let you down.
I'm sick of you, Patty! You stay out of this. It's between me and her. I never said nothing, be honest.
I thought I warned you to stop throwing your weight around.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do about it?
You smart.
Yeah. What are you going to do about it, Smith?
Nothing.
I understand you've applied for parole, Smith. The next 3 months are going to be very, very interesting.
Hi.
No physical contact, Smith.
Well, what's up? Run out of stuffed toys already?
No, just that I heard you might be coming up for parole.
Oh, yeah, that's what they tell me.
Any plans?
You're recruiting for the halfway house, huh?
Not exactly. I was hoping maybe you'd come and help me run it.
What?
Well, you got all the qualifications I have.
Oh, except the patience.
No, it's different when you get outside. Anyway, you had plenty of patience in here helping all the girls to stay out of trouble.
Not much success, though.
Now, you stop that, Bea. There was nothing you could have done about Donna's death.
No, Jude, I'd think about it.
Okay. You look after yourself, huh? And I'll keep in touch, right?
Thanks, Jude.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over it, Smith. Like I said, 3 months is a long, long time.
What are you doing in here?
Oh, no, Lizzie, I feel a bit crook. I think I must have a stomach ulcer or something.
You all right this morning? This parole business getting you down, is it?
I haven't been able to think about anything else.
Same here.
I never thought I was ever going to get out, Lizzie.
Come on. Everything will be all right.
You know how it is. You sort of make yourself get used to being in here. Your friends, family stop coming to see you. It's almost as if it doesn't exist on the outside. In a funny sort of way. But it's there, Lizzie. It is there. 3 months and I could be out. Except for that bastard Ferguson.
Now, you listen to me, Ben. Stop getting yourself in a knot, yeah? You just play Ferguson the way you always have and everything's gonna be all right.
12 years I've been in here, Lizzie. 12 years of fighting and humiliation and screws and food you wouldn't feed to a dog and being surrounded by scum. 12 years. And all I want to do is get out and be normal. Just get up in the morning and cook some bloke breakfast as be normal. And that bitch Ferguson is trying to take it away from me.
What do you want?
Seem to recall you promised to stir B. Smith up.
Well, I've tried. I've been getting the women to bet every 5 minutes and rubbing B's nose in it. She just won't bite.
Then you'll just have to try harder.
Well, what can I do? I've got to share a cell with her at night.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I've also heard that that's one of her favourite tricks, too. Waiting till her victims are asleep. Tell you what, you get Smith to jump you when I'm around, and I'll see you transferred to another cell.
Yeah, I'll bet.
You stupid bitch! What the hell are you doing?
Oh, sorry, it was an accident.
Oh, yes, like hell. What do you want detergent for anyway?
They were running out.
Well, if they want it, they can get it for themselves. You stick to your job and let them stick to theirs.
Don't tell me what to do, you fat bitch.
Oh! Oh!
Right, go, Smith. Break it up. You'll be on a charge for this.
Oh, what the crap! She attacked me!
Get moving, Smith. Off to the pound.
Just a minute, Miss Ferguson. Lawson started this.
No!
Oh, I'm sure Smith started it, Mrs. Powell.
Well, you didn't see the beginning of it. She's one of the first ones.
No, it wasn't me. It was her. I didn't start it.
You all right?
Yeah, I'll live. I've been a bit hard on her wrist, though.
Oh, well. Why didn't you take her down to the sick bay, then put her in solitary?
Come on, Lawson.
No, not the pound. I didn't start it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Uh-oh, girls, on your best behaviour. We've got company.
How is everything, Bea?
It's a bit boring being a good girl all the time.
Oh, another 2 months and you might be out of here.
I wouldn't put money on it.
I thought you were a born optimist.
Now, that parole board has a nasty habit of asking for the impossible, like a job and a home to go to.
I might be able to help there. Arrange for somewhere for you to live.
Why, Mr. Faulkner, is this an indecent proposition?
Oh, do I look that brave?
How come the sudden concern?
Maybe I could use some of my contacts to line up a job for you. Perhaps even work release before you parole here.
Well, I'd be very grateful for that, Mr. Faulkner, but there is a noise in the back of this old head of mine that says there's got to be a catch.
There's no catch, Bea. At least, not for you.
See you, Helen.
Good luck, Bea.
You're getting too cocky for your own good, Smith.
I hadn't noticed.
Well, you will when your parole gets closer, because you're not going to get it. I'm going to see that you stuff it up, but good.
Is that a threat?
I know you've got Mr. Faulkner working for your parole requirements. I want to know why.
And why this sudden interest in my welfare and prospects?
You are scum, Smith.
Miss Ferguson, do you know that all the women in here call you the freak?
You're my special project too, Smith.
Smith, I want to see you outside.
Oh, right, Mr. Faulkner. Hey, Chrissy, take over the press for me, will you?
Yes.
How's it going?
Like clockwork. She'll take the bait any minute now. But she's being very cautious.
She's been around a long time. She's not going to rush into it until she's sure. She's onto us.
Okay, make it look good.
Come on, Smith. Don't give me that crap about not knowing anything. Now spit it out.
It's the truth, Mr. Faulkner. Honest, I would tell you if I knew, wouldn't I?
Like hell. Go on, get back into work. Clams when they want to be, aren't they?
Trouble?
Nothing I can't handle. I've got an afternoon tea break. I'll see you later.
Hey, look, everybody. I want a disturbance in the dining room at lunchtime, but it has to be when Steve Faulkner is the only screw on duty.
But there's always more than one screw on duty in the dining room.
Not today. Trust me.
Well, what's it for? If I'm going to get into trouble, I want to know that it's going to be worthwhile.
Oh, don't worry. It's for a good cause. But I want everyone involved and I don't want the screw singling anyone out, OK?
Yeah.
Right, well, here we go. Now, remember, all watch me for my cue.
All right, ladies. The dining room's now open for business.
Now, what the hell started this?
Oh, I don't know. It happened too quickly.
OK, Smith. All right. Then perhaps you want to speak to Mrs. Davidson. Stay here, keep an eye on them, and get this mess cleaned up.
All right, you heard. Let's get on with it.
All right, everyone, stop what you're doing and listen to Mrs. Davidson. I do not have time to waste on these petty squabbles. So if the perpetrators will step forward now, the rest of you need not be punished. Smith? Gaffney? Very well, then. As the guilty ones refuse to step forward, you will all be punished. Oh. You have been warned before. I will not tolerate mass insubordination. All buy-up privileges tomorrow are cancelled. Oh. You only have yourselves to blame. Mrs. Powell, see that this mess is cleaned up and the prisoners returned to work, whether they have eaten or not. Miss Ferguson, have Birdsworth cleaned up and then bring her to my office. OK, you heard. Get on with it.
Go on, move it.
Satisfied now, Smith?
Perfectly.
Oh, that was a great idea, Smith. Now, because of you, we've lost our buy-up privileges for tomorrow. Now, what did you hope to gain?
Oh, shut up, Margot. You'll get your goodies.
Oh, yeah? How are you going to manage that, mastermind?
Don't worry, I'll do it. All you have to do is get your orders in by tonight and I'll handle the rest. And that goes for the rest of you as well.
Come off it. OK, so you got some deal going for the odd carton of fags. Mate, you're going to need a tip truck to get in enough stuff for all of us.
I said I'd bring the stuff in and I will. This is going to be a lot better than the usual arrangement. It'll make our shopping time much more flexible. So get your orders in, girls.
Everything okay?
Seems to be.
Good. You got any more buy-up orders?
Plenty. The women aren't going to miss out on opportunities like this. They're getting used to this buy-up on demand.
It's not going to last forever, you know. You haven't told them anything?
Of course not, but I know something funny's going on.
What about Ferguson? Any news?
She's been digging.
Good.
I'm not sure what about, though. These murders have put a spoke in our wheel.
What do you mean?
I think she's more interested in getting herself off the hook over them.
Yeah. Hope it doesn't take too long.
You're not getting cold feet on us, are you?
No, I'll just be glad when it's over.
Don't you worry. All the worms will come crawling out of the woodwork sooner or later. OK, ladies. If you've all been good little girls, you'll get your buy-up goodies tomorrow morning.
Ripper!
But only if you've been good little girls. Get out.
Queen Bee, queen of the rackets.
Well, you got the name right anyway.
Well, they're going to put you away for good, the things you're involved in.
Like what?
Running an illegal book, obtaining illegal buy-up.
I don't know anything about a book. Do any of you girls?
No.
No. And as for the other, I couldn't do that without an officer's help now, could I?
Smith, I'm not in the mood.
Oh, come on. You haven't got proof of any of this.
Haven't I?
No, because it's not true. And everybody knows that I have been keeping my nose clean for the parole board.
Yeah, that's right.
Shut up, Birdsworth.
Yeah, keep it down, love, because she's not in the mood, whatever that means.
And the first charge laid will be for insubordination.
Well, you'll need a witness or two for that. And there happen to be a few people around here who matter. who want to see me get that parole. Now, what have you got going for you? The last I heard, you were being questioned for murder by the cops.
You're going to be sorry you said that.
You haven't got a hope in hell of making any unsubstantiated charges stick.
Oh, they're true. They'll stick. And anyone else who's involved in her rackets had better remember that.
Oh, for God's sake, but you better tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Looks like the freak's running scared at last. Look, the idea is to get Ferguson involved with smuggling stuff in here. Then the screws are going to catch her with her fingers in the till. They're as keen to get rid of her as the rest of us. God! But you mustn't breathe a word of it, because if you do, someone gets wind of it, the whole thing will blow up in Davo's face.
Well, I still think it's too bloody risky.
You got a better idea to get rid of her? Get me another gun and I'll shoot the bitch.
Also, Mr. Faulkner's trying to get a job through his journalistic friends, but I'm afraid nothing's come up so far.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to hang out for a while to see if he comes up with anything. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I'd like to try something different.
All right then, Bea. Well, we'll just let you know when anything happens.
Ta.
What was that all about?
Job hunting. Now, it ain't easy. Who wants to employ someone my age with all those kids out of work? I'll probably have to go out on the streets.
What would you do with all the 2-cent pieces?
Oh, do you want me to stay, Mrs. Davidson?
No, thank you, Mrs. Morris. Smith, I've been talking to the chairman of the parole board. He's very pleased with your reports of good behavior. You realize that your application for work release is being considered this afternoon?
Yeah, I know.
Well, he doesn't see any obstacles.
Oh, I'm so darn nervous. But I suppose my cooperation will go down really well, eh?
Yes, of course.
I've never had a chance to say this before, but now we're on our own. I'd just like to say that I really appreciate...
Any prisoner who's been a long-term one is entitled to work release, Smith.
Look, Mrs. Davis, you know what I'm trying to say. We've known each other for years. We've always been on opposite sides of the fence. Always will be, for that matter. Nothing anyone can do about that. But I reckon you're about the fairest governor around. Well, there aren't many who'd set at their officers and a prisoner to catch a bent screw.
Smith, I have no idea what you are referring to, and if I were aware of any underhand dealings between my officers and a prisoner, I would act very harshly. There would be no other choice. Do I make myself clear?
Very clear. Well, Dave, I did sound hopeful.
There you go, then.
One thing I regret is if they do let me out of here, I'm going to miss the fireworks.
What fireworks?
You know.
Oh, you mean when it hits the fan about Fergo?
Keep your voice down, Lizzie. I'm supposed to know.
Sorry, Bea, I forgot. How soon do you reckon it'll be?
Next pay-up delivery, I reckon. Faulkner will set her up to collect the cash. And as soon as she picks it up, there'll be screws coming out of the woodwork.
Oh, bloody good riddance to her, I say.
Bea Smith's running a racket with Mr. Faulkner to get buy-up goods for the women.
So what?
All the goods come through the buy-up order.
I didn't think Mr. Faulkner paid for them out of his own pocket. That's yesterday's news, Fields.
Yeah, well, whatever kind of deal it is, Mrs. Morris and Mrs. Powell are in on it, too. It's true. Mrs. Morris helped him carry the stuff in, and Mrs. Powell countersigned the requisition. And I overheard Bea Smith mention something about a setup.
That's it, Bea. Your work release is operational first thing in the morning.
I'd like to thank you, Mr. Faulkner, very much.
Make the most of it.
The governor would like a word with you, Mr. Faulkner.
Thanks.
That's all right. Work release, eh, Smith?
Yes.
Place won't be the same without you.
Oh, don't worry, you'll make friends with someone else soon enough. You know how all the girls love you. That bitch will be laughing on the other side of her face soon.
What do you mean?
Oh, you'll find out when she does. Tomorrow, it's a new job, new people, new problems, and I'm not sure I can handle it anymore.
What's worrying you?
Little things, I suppose. Like, what do I do if a bloke tries to pick me up, for instance?
You should be so lucky.
Yeah. And what happens if they find out I'm a con? 12 years for double murder would frighten anyone.
Well, you don't have to tell them.
Well, I won't. But I feel as if it's written all over me.
It's not, so where's the problem?
Just takes one little slip.
I've got the perfect solution.
What?
I'll get Weissman to hypnotise you. I am not a con. I am not a con.
Get out, you mad bitch.
Anyway, just leave your axe at home. They'll never guess there.
Oh,
Nice evening, Mr. Faulkner.
Yeah.
hey, how's it going with Ferguson?
It's a disaster.
Why?
The whole thing's backfired. She's reported Meg, Colleen and myself for being involved in rackets with the prisoners.
You're joking.
Oh, I wish I was. It's really hit the fan.
Why, how did the bloody bitch twig?
Help from Fields, I'd say.
Oh, well, I'll fix her.
No, you won't. I've got no proof. Besides, if she was involved, Ferguson probably had her over a barrel.
And what are you going to do?
Make sure you sign out.
Yes, Mrs. Morris.
Now, you've got your money for your lunch and your fares.
Yes, Mrs. Morris.
And you're in plenty of time to catch the bus, so there's no need to panic.
I'm not the one who's panicking, Mrs. M. You are.
I'm just anxious.
A couple of days ago, I felt like a big kid with a birthday on the way or something. Today, I feel like the same big kid about to start school for the first time.
I just want everything to go right for you.
Thanks.
All right.
Oh.
When you get out on parole, Smith, take note of what the parole officer says about booze.
Oh, pity. I like a glass of wine.
Oh, I wish I hadn't said that.
Good morning.
Morning.
Smith, have you signed out?
Yes, Mrs. Powell.
No, what about money?
Yes,
Check
Mrs.
everything, Mrs.
Powell.
Well, come on, you'll miss your bus. Mrs. Hall, take her to the gate.
Luck.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Good day, Mr. Williams. Oh,
Big day. Good luck.
the junction, please.
60 cents, thanks.
Oh, sorry.
I hate to rush you, lady.
It's a wonderful day, isn't it?
Just like all the other days to me.
Don't you bet on it. Oh, God. It's a bit different to the one I've been using.
Oh, you'll get used to us quickly enough. Now we should meet everyone. This is Fred the foreman and Ernie B. Smith.
G'day, Pete.
Hi.
And over here we have Maisie, Jane and Sarah.
Hello.
And Louise, Cookie.
Hi. Hi. Now, let's see if I got this straight. That's Fred, Maisie, Jane, Sarah, Ernie, and Louise.
Well, I'll leave it to you to ease me into the job, Louise. Good luck.
Ta.
If you can remember who everyone is, the rest will be a breeze.
How come they call you Cookie?
Oh, you'll see a bit later on in the morning. Ah, hello, there's Mrs. J.
Not another name to remember.
You'll like this one, it's the tea lady.
Oh,
I must
great.
be off.
Aren't you going to have tea?
Yeah, get me a cup, will you? White and 2 sugs.
Well, where will you be?
I'll be back in a minute.
Hey, you've been doing a good job, B.
Oh, thanks very much.
That little place you worked in must have given you good training.
I got some advice from a government printer.
Oh. Well, it's good advice. Hey, what's on today, Cookie?
Freshly made shortbread. Come and get it. Oh, leave some for the new girl. Here, Bea. Bet you've had nothing like that at your other work.
No.
That's why they call me Cookie.
Oh, here you go.
Ta. What did Fred have to say to you?
Oh, I just said I was doing okay.
Yeah, you are too. That's the thing about us married girls. We know how to work. We work well. Most employees find that, don't you reckon?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, my Errol's a terrific bloke, but he hasn't got the greatest job. And kids these days don't get any cheaper as they grow up, do they?
No.
Oh, take my Carrie, for instance. She wants money for something all the time.
Yeah, and you can't always rely on them spending on what they say they're going to.
Especially not Carrie.
She's a bit of a rebel, is she?
And moody to boot. All the problems of adolescence rolled into one.
Yeah, well, some of them are like that.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad somebody else has the same problems.
You know, I haven't enjoyed a morning tea like this since my old granny died.
That's who taught me how to cook. My old granny. We've got a lot in common, haven't we, Bea? We must get together and have a really good natter later on. Oh, God. You got a place of your own?
Oh, no, I can't afford one yet.
How long ago did you say you lost your husband, Bea?
Oh, quite a while.
Oh, I hope it wasn't a long illness or anything.
No, it was a shooting accident.
Oh, how awful. Oh, it must have been such a shock. Must have been terrible on the little ones. You did say you had kids, didn't you?
No, you said that. You assumed it.
Oh, sorry.
I had one daughter.
Oh, well, there you are. I wasn't far wide off the mark, was I? Must be difficult to cope with family problems, having to cope as a widow.
Look, if I were you, I'd just lay off all the questions.
Pardon?
Just drop off, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, Bea.
Oh,
How's it going, girls?
Oh, all right, thanks, Fred.
Just struck a snag, I'm afraid.
What's that?
Bloke rang up to cancel an order for this afternoon. I won't have any more work for you today, once this lot's finished.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, new girl and all, I suppose.
Yeah, that's about it. Hey, thanks for taking it over. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry to hear that, Bea.
Oh, why would you care?
Well, you've obviously had tough times. You look like you could do with the money.
I'll be okay.
I promise no more questions.
Look, Cookie, I'm really sorry I snapped at you like that.
You're back early.
No choice. Work went out.
Just for today, I hope.
Oh, yeah, they want me back again.
Good. How'd it go?
A bit fast for an old lady who's been out of circulation.
Give it a couple of weeks. You'll be right.
You going out?
More ways than one.
Am I allowed to ask what that means?
Let's just say that after the events of the last couple of days, I'm on my way out of Wentworth and the prison service.
Oh, Mr. Fuller, no. You're not the one who should be going.
It's all right, really.
Oh, someone get that Ferguson one day.
Well, just remember what I told you. Your parole's at stake. Don't do anything silly.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, Smith, how was it?
Fine, thanks, Mrs. Pearl.
Go on.
You know what I'd really like?
What?
A beer after work with the girls. As soon as I'm off restrictions, I'm going to organise a night in a really fancy pub. I might even get half pissed.
And don't you forget to bring one back in for me.
Here, bus fares, $2.50 lunch.
Bang goes lunch at the Hilton.
Sign?
Aren't you to me not to spend it all in one place?
Morning, all. Well, another day at the fun factory.
Not much fun without Mr. Faulkner.
That's enough, Smith.
You reckon? I think it's a shame someone else didn't resign instead of him.
Oh, sounds like he's already left. Oh, pity. I really quite liked him. I would have liked to have said goodbye.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I don't know what you're implying, Smith, but Faulkner was doing deals with prisoners, and we can't have that, can we?
You too.
That is enough. I don't want to hear another word on this subject from anyone.
Suits me. I got work to do.
One day, that big dyke is going to outsmart herself.
No, Smith, that is enough. Now, go on, get a move on, or you miss your bus.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Powell. You know damn well you can't stand her any more than the rest of us can.
Mrs. Ward is waiting.
Oh, all right, I'm going. I had a neighbour once. She had the lot. Nice home, husband, daughter a bit like your Kerry. Yeah, she had the lot all right. Till one day she came home and she found her old man in bed with her best friend.
Oh, my God, what did she do?
She went crazy and she killed the other woman. But that didn't help. She just ended up in prison. And it wasn't long before she realised she'd killed the wrong person. Her old man neglected the daughter, and she couldn't even get out to help her own kid. Anyway, the daughter, her name was Debbie, got involved with the drug scene, and she died of an overdose, alone. And then when my friend got out, she shot her old man. But that still didn't stop the hurt. Maybe things would have been different if she'd tried to work things out in the first place.
Oh, that's awful. Bea, your daughter's name was Debbie. There wasn't any neighbour, was there?
No, there wasn't any neighbour. So please, love, think carefully.
Hey, Bea.
Yeah?
You did the copy on these handbills, didn't you?
Yeah, why? What's wrong?
You got the copy there?
I think so. Oh, here it is. That's it.
Yeah, you did the second para and 8 point.
Oh, hell, did I?
It's all right. No harm done. Good job I found it, though, before we ran off 5,000.
Oh, Fred, I'm sorry.
Hey, the tea trolley's outside.
Do you want to see me, Fred?
Yes, please.
Listen, it's about that mistake I made yesterday.
No, it's nothing to do with that. You worked fine. No worries. It's just the boss told me about you. Prison and that. I wish he hadn't. He's a bastard passing the buck like this.
Nobody wants to work with an ex-crim, eh?
No, isn't there? No, it's just that the firm hasn't been doing as well as we thought. There was a big order coming in and it fell through.
Well, I guess it's last in, first out.
Yeah. This won't affect your parole, will it?
Oh, no, that'll be right.
I'm sorry, Bea, I really am.
Oh, it's okay. Easy come, easy go. When do I finish up then?
There's really not much point in you coming in at all tomorrow. There's no work for you. You'll be paid up in lieu of notice, and I'll see to it you get a bloody good reference.
Oh, thanks. Look, I'll just go to the loo and then I'll be on my way.
Bea, I thought you'd gone.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on, I'll walk out with you.
Cookie, I won't be coming in anymore.
You're joking.
That's what Fred wanted to see me about.
But what about your parole?
Oh, there are plenty of other jobs around. I wouldn't have stayed here once I got out anyway. It's a lousy job. Oh, it's good company, though.
Geez, Bea, I'm going to miss you. I hope we keep in touch.
Oh, I have plenty of time to write letters. Look, I hope everything goes okay with Kerry.
Thanks. And I hope everything goes well with your parole.
Oh, no worries. I'm as good as out. See you.
Take care, Bea.
Well, Smith, you're back. What happened? They wake up and finally sack you?
No, they didn't. They laid me off because work was a bit slack.
Oh, I don't think the parole board will be too impressed with that. What do you think, Smith?
If I told you what I think, you're here and girl.
Miss Ferguson, we're wondering how Lizzie was.
Haven't got the faintest idea. I've got more to do than be worrying about escapades.
Yeah, but Lizzie wasn't trying to escape. She was too wrapped up in the concert.
What was she doing halfway up a ladder? A trapeze act?
Oh, I see. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Questions are for people, Smith. Not losers like Birdsworth.
Oh, I have a gut full of that.
No, don't, Bee. She's just waiting for you to make a move on her.
Paddy's right, Bee. She's just going to ride you until you have a go at her. Then you're going to blow your parole.
Oh, all right, all right. But one of us is going to have to go. Thanks.
Hey, Bee, didn't you used to be a hairdresser?
Yeah. Way back in the dim, dark past. Why?
Well, there's a few ads in.
Yeah, they're looking for nice young boys with gold earrings and very tight jeans.
Oh, look, you've got a much better chance of getting a job if you're qualified for it.
Oh, sure, but I couldn't pass the physical.
Look, here's one. It says mature woman wanted for unisex salon. And it says urgent, Bee.
Let me see that. No wonder. Look where it is, right in the heart of the massage parlour belt. They're pretty heavy characters down there. They don't like the way you part their hair. They part your face. I'm surprised they've got any staff at all.
Oh, look, what do you care? It's a job, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. I guess I am still qualified.
Right.
Oh, Mrs. Morris, have you heard anything from Jude?
Well, I'm afraid she's not having much luck, Bee. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I should do it myself, I suppose. I shouldn't leave it up to her. It's my problem.
Well, you've still got a week or two left.
Well, look, could I make a phone call later? There's an ad for a hairdresser in the paper, and I am still qualified.
Bee, it's been a long time. I mean, what about all the new techniques?
Well, you don't forget how to cut hair. I've had plenty of practice in hair. Maybe I could threaten you with a firm perm.
Oh, no, thanks. All right, then, it's worth a try. I'll organise it during your lunch hour.
Thanks.
Well, it's all yours, Bee. Good
Thanks.
luck. I have to go to the print shop. Can I leave Smith with you?
Sure.
Thank you.
Hello, may I speak to Mr. Muldoon, please? Yes, it is. Thanks.
You're wasting your time, Smith.
Well, it's my time, so rack off. Hello, Mr. Muldoon. My name's Mrs. Smith. I'm ringing about the ad you had in this morning's paper. Well, I haven't worked for a while, but I've had 10 years' experience. Yes, I am fully qualified. Well, you could certainly call me mature, yes. I thought you might be having a bit of trouble. No, I don't scare easily. Look, I think it's only fair to tell you that I'm currently serving a sentence at Wentworth Detention Centre. No, I'm due out on parole anyway. But the prison has a work release scheme, so I could start any time.
Come on, Smith, we haven't got all day.
Well, it sounds exactly like the sort of thing I'm looking for, but... What? Well, I don't know how I could reassure you. Oh, yes, actually, if you rang the governor, I'm sure she put a good word in for me. And I've just finished a job at a print shop. I think that the foreman down there would vouch for me. You will? Oh, that's marvellous. Thanks. Well, the people to contact? Yes, Mrs. Davidson. Yes, that's right, Davidson. No point in asking, I suppose, but have you had any news of a job?
No, I'm afraid not. I've rung all the contacts I have and still nothing. How'd you get on with your phone call?
Really? What did they say? I spoke to the owner. He didn't exactly turn cartwheels when I told him he was on the can, but on the other hand, he should have staff, and I think he was pretty impressed.
Really? That's wonderful. Then you think you've got a chance?
Yeah, and a pretty good one. He did ask for a character reference, which is a bit of a hoot. But I told him to ring Mrs. Davidson and Fred down at the print shop, and I'm hoping they'll both give me a bit of a rave.
Oh, good for you. You certainly haven't been wasting your time.
I can't afford to. If I'm going to have a future, I've got to build it myself.
Miss Mick. Wentworth Detention Centre.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow then.
No, I'm sorry Mrs. Davidson isn't in. Can I help you, Mr. Muldoon?
You need any help?
Just a moment, please. No, it's just routine. You'd better hurry along. You'll miss your visiting hours.
Goodbye.
Bye. Hello, Mr. Muldoon. Sorry to keep you waiting. Yes, I see. Well, she was originally convicted for murder. Oh, I'd hardly say she's a reformed character. Well, in the past 6 months, she's had 6 reprimands for insubordination, 3 charges for disobeying an officer, and a spell in solitary confinement. No, I can appreciate your concern, but the record speaks for itself, doesn't it?